Greatest city in the world. I would never want to leave Chicago. My late father instilled a love of sports in me, and that's why I'm standing here today. So thank you, Dan. Enjoy the dinner. That's why I got to do what I get to do. It's in my heart. I think if you are passionate about what you're doing, whether that's talking sports, being a doctor, being a lawyer, a writer, a cab driver, if you're passionate about it, you'll be really good at it. And I said, I got to find a way to stay in sports. So I would read as much as I could, and I would listen to the sports writers on WGN radio. And I thought, man, I got to find a way to do what they're doing. Talk sports for a living? Can't get any better than that. And now he has moved on to heaven, but he was maybe the greatest sports writer we have ever read, ever. Bill Gleason, you will be sorely missed. Is a good friend of mine. He works with me at WGN Radio, 36 years in sports broadcasting. He's covered over 3,500 events. Tireless worker. Also a member of the Southern Illinois Alumnus Group, calling the play-by-play of SIU's appearance in the 1977 College World Series. He's presenting the Bill Gleason Award. And before I hand it off to him, the gentleman getting the award, I get to co-write the Around Town column in the Chicago Tribune with them. When they called and said, would you like to be part of the Tribune? What do you want me to do? You get to work with Fred Mitchell. Sign me up. There is no classier gentleman in this town than Fred Mitchell, and I'm honored to share a page with him in the Tribune. Let me call George Hoffman up to present the award to Fred Mitchell. Thank you. Look at that picture, will you? There's going to be a special auction of this picture at 3 a.m. We'll open the bidding at $1 million. Now, you're probably wondering, what am I doing up here with a... Yes, it is a white sock, and it is a bottle of beer. A trademark of the gentleman that David Kaplan just talked about, Bill Gleason. Probably one of the most unique individuals I have ever met. I started working this business in 1978, and the first thing I saw was Bill coming to games with a paper bag with his lunch, and a white sock, and a bottle of something in it, and it wasn't Mountain Dew. It was beer. I said, what's this guy all about? I learned fast. So, Fred Mitchell, I know that you're going to get an award here in just a moment, but I'm going to pass this along to you. You get the beer, I keep the sock. I have had the opportunity of knowing Fred Mitchell since I broke in this business in 1978. And Fred, if you don't know by now, has an award named after him. This year is the first year in which the Fred Mitchell Award was given for the outstanding place taker in Division II and Division III football. It encompasses about 400 schools. And it was given to Jeff Shevler from Wisconsin Whitewater. Congratulations to him, and congratulations to Fred, who has been a prolific writer for many, many years. Sports editor of a high school newspaper, sports editor of his college newspaper, and with the Tribune now for 37 years. He covered the Bulls, the Cubs, and the Bears. He had the misfortune of covering the Cubs in 1984, going to that wonderful series in San Diego. He saw Reggie Theus play before less than 1,000 people at the stadium, and then he had to cover the coach, Mike Ditka. He has written 10 books, biographies with Brian Sandberg, Billy Williams, Gale Sayers. He wrote Playing Through with Tiger Woods' late father Earl, and a wonderful story entitled And Ditka Said to Peyton with Dan Jiggets. Those people who know Fred Mitchell will very likely agree with me on this assessment. If I could use one word to describe Fred, it would be respected. That, and greatly admired and liked. So it gives me an enormous amount of pleasure tonight to introduce to you this year's Bill Gleason Award winner from the Pitching Hit Club. Now ready, here's Freddie. Mr. Fred Mitchell.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very humbled to receive this award. Of course, it adds in significance because Bill Gleason passed away so recently. First of all, I would like to thank my wife, Kim, and son, Cameron, for tolerating the irregular and unscripted hours that we sports writers have to spend. I'd also like to thank my brother-in-law, Tim, and his family, Sue and my nieces, Kendra, Carly, and Cassidy, who came down 4 hours from Wisconsin. Some colleagues, a special colleague who made a special visit here tonight, Joe Goddard from the Sun-Times, who's here. Really appreciate your being here. I really think that it's important that the newspaper business continue to provide a tremendous service for us. I know the newspaper business has changed. Over the 36 years that I've been at the Tribune, I've gone from the typewriter to the teleram to the computers, and I think regardless of how we reshape ourselves and find our own niche, I think there will always be a place for great writing and great reporting. And you know, I would just say to bear with us as an industry as we find our niche, and that you continue to respect what we do. 36 years I've been at the Tribune, and I still consider myself a work in progress. I've got a 7-year-old son, and a couple of years ago we had a wonderful conversation in the car, just the two of us. And he said, you know, Dad, said, when I grow up, I think I want to be either a fireman or a football player or a baseball player. Then he paused for a little bit and he said, Dad, what do you want to be when you grow up? So I'm still working at it, and I appreciate this award. Thank you very much.